I see. I think we were all pretty impressed by that performance. I got to imagine you're feeling good. Talk to us how you're feeling after that one.
I feel great. I came out. I think I'm pretty healthy, so I like that the most.
Yeah. I think that, we thought your best chance was on the feet. I mean, did you feel that you were going to completely outmatch her on the feet?
Yeah, I did, absolutely, and I also knew I was gonna out grapple her as well. She pulled like guard or something, so that kind of threw me off a little bit. I was expecting the single leg, but once I stuffed the first couple like attempts of her coming in, then I also felt her strength, and it wasn't anything like mine. So yeah.
Going into it, did you know that? I mean, we thought this was kind of the matchup of these top prospects, right? Two young prospects that look like they're the future of the division. I mean, did you feel like this was going to be a test to prove you are deserving, or did you know that you were going to be able to outclass her?
I absolutely knew it.
Do you have faith, like, it seems like you're one of the hardest hitters in the division, and obviously a lot of women can't match your strength. Do you just you take a punch and you think, okay, there's nothing here, and then you can just march forward? Is that how you feel in there?
No, the idea is never to just take a punch and then just march forward, but I do know that I possess the strength that not many women, if any women in the division, possess the strength that I have. I actually didn't even do any strength and conditioning for this camp aside from a little bit of like conditioning with my coach, but not a single weight was lifted in this camp. I just hit hard, and I put in the work, and it doesn't come from strength training. It comes from hitting over and over and over and over and creating that power.
Do you think Paige Van Zandt will answer the call?
I'm sorry?
Do you think Paige will answer the call?
I doubt it, but if she does, I'll be here.
I saw your coach, Ben Askren, on Twitter was saying he thinks you'll ruin her Instagram career if you end up fighting her.
Oh, I absolutely will ruin her Instagram career. These elbows hit hard, and they cut you up.
Which decision was it to not lift weights? I mean, was that like a philosophical change that your team came to?
No, I just put on a lot of muscle and a lot of body mass, both body fat and muscle, really fast. Especially when I'm eating correctly and training as much as I do. So I just put on weight really fast. So the strength side, I knew that I'm strong enough to fight, and honestly, your whole job is to go into a cage and fight. So your whole training should be fighting, and that's kind of the approach I've taken, at least in this camp specifically, is do more of what you already do. So if I'm going into cage to fight, I should probably train fighting more.
When we talked to you ahead of the fight, you said that strawweight was still a possibility for you. I don't know how hard the weight cut was. I mean, obviously, you had to get behind the hoop and all that good stuff. I mean, so talk to us about how the weight cut was, and in retrospect, I mean, do you still feel like strawweight is a possibility or not?
I do, and like I said, it's been a work in progress because I've been working with the Performance Institute in Clint. It's been a year, and we've seen huge changes in my my metabolic system, and so I truly believe that that's a possibility for me. It's just a process. It's not an overnight kind of thing. So I made weight, and I felt amazing. I didn't have a hard weight cut. I maybe did like 3 baths, and 3 or 4 maybe, I think. But either way, I mean, I made weight. I felt great, and it'll just take effort. It's discipline, and I'll make it.
You feel like this was a statement win tonight? Putting away Jillian in the first round, very impressive.
I do. I just did an interview back in the back, and the question was about like if I felt like this was the most impactful fight that I've had, and I think each one has shown a different side of me, and this one kind of showed the just brawler and just like run forward, strike, and ruin your life kind of fight. And then the debut was obviously great, and the JJ Aldrich fight was a good fight to show a little bit of adversity. So I think they've all made a huge impact in my career.
And there's been some talk, leading into this fight that you were overlooking Jillian because of the Paige Van Zandt talk. Do you feel like you kind of silenced those critics with that win tonight?
Absolutely. I don't overlook anyone. I train as though that person that I'm fighting is the best in the world, but that doesn't mean I'm going to give them the credit that kind of credit on social media either. So, yeah.
Working a full camp at Rufus Sport, did you feel the difference in the cage tonight, just with some of the stuff you learned over this camp?
Absolutely. I feel like I came out and I was prepared. In the back I was saying, I didn't feel as nervous as I did the last one, and that's only going to come with time. I'm going to get more and more confident in my abilities, but I just felt ready. I felt like there was nothing that she was going to come at me with that I wasn't already ready for. Training with Duke and Kush and Gerald and Ben, all of them have shown me different things, and different scenarios, and I never watched any film for this fight.
Really?
They watched it all, and they just prepared me for the scenarios that they thought would be shown to me.
And Brendan winning earlier in the night, did that impact you at all? Just heading into the fight, give you a little bit of a boost?
That did. When I was in the back, I was anxious because anytime I watch someone that I know and I train with fight, it makes me nervous. You know, being in the gym with people, you know, with Brendan and all the guys at Rufus Sport, I mean, they're like family. You know, they call me one of the guys. So I definitely feel like it's kind of a family kind of thing. And seeing him get the win, you know, that first round, I was like this. I was like tapping my leg, and I'm sitting there. And no, to see him get the finish, I was so happy, and he should be proud of that win.
What's written on your hand?
What's written on my hand? It says, "I am undefeated." And then there's a Bible verse, and then on my wrist it had 8-0. And then I always write on my gloves, my hand wraps, and my arms.
What's the Bible verse?
The Bible verse is Psalm 144, verse 1. And it's the Lord who prepares my hands for battle, and it's that one.
Hypothetically, Paige turns down the fight, Dana comes to you, the matchmakers come to you and say, all right, pick someone else, who are you picking?
Well, first of all, if Paige turns down that fight, I'm going to assume I'm 9-0. And after that, you know, we've talked about a couple different things. You know, I've had a couple different conversations. There's been talk about Antonina Shevchenko. I mean, obviously, any of the girls in the division, I really don't care. You know, it's whoever Dana and my team and all of us we decide on. But we've talked about a couple different names, but we'll see.
You talked earlier that you were, according to ESPN, the 6th best fighter under 25.
I think I should go to number 1 now. Yeah, I think I should go to number 1 now.
Are you looking to get right back in the cage? What are you thinking of?
Yeah, I mean, my hands are good. I in the last fight, I broke my hand. I had thumb surgery. So I came back after 6 months, and this fight I came out, and I feel pretty great. So, yeah.
After your debut, you said you were eyeing big cards. That's what you want. What's a card coming up that you had your eyes on?
I had my eyes on this one. So I haven't looked at it yet. Like I said, we'll go and talk. But I think I make the card big now, so I think we're good.
How are you celebrating tonight? Obviously with the family, I know that's a big part of it, but any plans for tonight?
You know, I have a lot of family, a lot of sponsors. I have a lot of family that came out. Most of my family's from New York, and so they made the drive down. I have a ton of sponsors. You know, I'm sponsored by Ford Long MacArthur. They came up from Kansas. Toyo Tires. I have a lot of people behind me who are here and who want to celebrate with me, so I'll probably go hang out with them.
You're undefeated. You just mentioned this was a big card. You're on the main card against a ranked opponent. I mean, you have one of these wow moments, eye-opening. That said, do you think you deserve to be a co-main event or maybe even a main event next?
I believe I belong at the top. Yeah, absolutely. I'm someone that people want to watch fight, and I'm an exciting fighter. You know, so I can guarantee that anytime I come out, you know, I'm gonna come out swinging, and I'm gonna come out for a finish. So I definitely belong in the main event spot or a co-main event spot because, you know, it's kind of like the grand finale. I feel like that fight that I had was a finale fight.
Are you going to ask for it?
Yeah, sure, why not?